another episode of hashtag I'm Just Saying. I'm yours truly, MemeMichelle. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want you to get involved. I want you to ask questions. I want you to leave your comments. And I want you to use your emojis. Grab you a cocktail, grab you some water, whatever you want to do. My cocktail for conversation today, I made something called a peachy queen. Because it's still summertime, we're still trying to have something light. So what I took was 1 ounce hold on, let me get y'all together. 1 ounce of Western Sun peach vodka, 1 ounce of the peach crown, 1 ounce of amaretto, a half an ounce of lemon juice, and then I topped it off with some cooked champagne. Well, I shook it before I poured it in my glass, and then I topped it off with a little champagne. Now, if you want to save your calories, get you some like sparkling water if you want that little fizz, and you cut the champagne. But
what's champagne?
Oh, the cooked champagne.
The cook.
Yes, let me get that. I ain't mean to leave that out. Boom. See my little topper? Ain't it cute?
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah, that's fancy. We fancy. But this tastes like a refreshing awakeness. Yes, it's delicious. It's light.
Are there different ways to cook it? Can you fry it?
It's good. It's good. So what y'all drinking on? I know the health nut is drinking on water. What you drinking, Robbie?
Oh, I have this concoction that I made up but didn't get a patent for. It's called Gatorade. So yeah, and it's blue. So
What you got, Shawnee?
Tequila and pineapple juice.
Come through, yes, honey.
Like
Fun day at its finest.
Yes, it's probably delicious. Delicious. So I want to thank my panel today. We're gonna be talking about the skate life, the Black skate culture. And why don't y'all take a little time? We'll start from Robbie, then after Robbie we'll do Sean, and after Sean we'll do Tay. Just introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Hey, well, I'm Robbie. Robert, Karen, whatever y'all. I'm cool with Robbie. I'm in St. Louis. Got my family here. They're listening in, and this session is about skating. So I'll just throw out some skating history. Been skating for probably 20 years, maybe. I would say. So yeah, it's been a minute. I love Jesus, so I'm gonna throw that out.
So you should.
Yeah. So met my wife skating, as a matter of fact. So she's a roller, And yeah. And I guess any other questions we'll answer as we go along. So.
All right. And Shawnee, what about you?
I am here in Houston, Texas. I am originally from Arkansas. That's where I actually started skating. So I have been skating, I know, well over maybe 25 years. So I even still skate with my skate team back in Arkansas. We still meet up at skate parties and skate jams and skate together. I'm still solid 100. So
All right, now solid 100. And what about you, Mr. Tay? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Tay. I'm from St. Louis. I live in Kansas City now. I've been here for about 2 years. My uncle actually pretty much introduced me to skating. Probably got started like really going in about 2010 all the way through college, so till about 2018. Did a little bit of traveling and skating, but Skate King was a stomping ground, so it's my background.
Yeah. So when I moved to Houston, before I moved to Houston, Skate King was the place to go. And when my mama had a little spare change, she would gather up all the kids, me, my sister, and the kids on our block, and she would take us to Skate King and let us skate. And my cousin said I should be ashamed, but I never really got the technique because St. Louis is a big skating city. The Midwest is kind of big skating city, if you ask me. But I've always been intrigued in how they do the tricks and how they look good doing it, and how they be getting it, and they just do everything so effortlessly. And so it's a lot of people that would like to skate, but they don't know too much about it. So we just gonna jump into that. So my first question for y'all is, when did you fall in love with roller skating and why?
We're gonna take it first. I can take it first.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily remember like when I got into it, but I remember there was one time we got this we had this place called Saints. And at Saints, it was for me when I was probably like 11 years old.
Okay.
And I would go out here, and it would be these parties where you got your boys and your girls and your dance music and your hippity hopping and then all of that. I was there for those things.
Okay.
But I would go with one of my homeboys. He was 13, so he was old enough to get in at the time. And his dad was a roller. So this place, imagine this place is packed out with kids, 13 to 16 or whatever. I mean, it's packed out. We all doing our little young Thundercat thing. And he is the only person on the skating ring actually skating, So I would always peep that when I walked in and dude was smooth. And so I think when I would see that, it always made me be like, man, it just kind of interested me. So after that, maybe a couple years later, I really started. I always knew how to roll, but maybe a couple years later, I really kind of got back into it.
Okay. Anybody next?
I think for me, when I pretty much felt, I've always skated from adolescence all the way up into now. But like, when I was in college, it was a stress reliever with having all them classes and everything. But it was so fun because at the time, all the Greeks and stuff was throwing parties and stuff, but it was already my thing. And then to throw the party and stuff on campus and stuff in college. And then, to see people that couldn't really vibe, I used to be like, oh, get out the way, get out the floor, get in the circle where it's line. But it was my piece like on Sundays before having to go back to class on Mondays. Sunday night skating was like everything. So I think as a child, I've always loved it, but I didn't grow appreciation for it until I was in college.
Okay. All right. You answered a couple of questions. So come on, Tay. Tell me, when did you fall in love with roller skating and why?
It would probably be somewhere between 7th and 9th grade. I would go on kids have a party at the skate rink, you go to it, or I don't know, cheap event, whatever. And I would go, and I was never good, but I always wanted to be good. Like, how are y'all doing this? And so as I got a little bit older, I went with Robbie once or twice, and I was like, if anybody knows us, my Uncle Robbie is like my favorite person on the entire planet. Like everything he ever did, I wanted to do. Right.
All right.
So when he started going and he would come pick me up or we would meet at the skate ring, my dad dropped me off. It was like, I got to get good at this because he's good at it. So boom, this is my life. Okay. And so, yeah, probably somewhere around 9th or 10th grade, I started like really getting serious about learning it and kind of immersing myself a little bit more in the culture. So probably about 2009, 2010, something like that.
So my next question was, why do you love skating so much and how does it make you feel? But y'all kind of answered that in the first question. So I'm gonna go to the next question. When it comes to skating,
I ain't answer how it made me feel and why I love it. No, I didn't answer that.
Okay, well, answer that then.
Give me a second.
Go on with it.
Give me a minute, dadgummit. All right, no. So for me, it's the thing of freedom. I can't really explain it for real. It's like when you. I don't know if I'm the only one that's ever done this before, but I don't know if you've ever been in like a car and you like stick your head out the window to feel like the wind, you know what I mean, just brush up against your face, and you're driving, so you're free. So it's like you out there, you can do whatever you want, you can listen to music, you can feel the wind, you can feel the air, whatever. So skating is kind of that for me. When I'm in there and I'm rolling, man, sometimes you feel like you're skating against the wind. Sometimes it feels like it's brushing on you and you vibing to this music, you know what I mean? And and the music is inside of you, and you can feel it motioning through the wheels. You know what I'm saying? And it's I think the love of music, number one, mixed with being free to do whatever I want to do. It's almost like you out there by yourself. You know, sometimes you just going and you don't even notice people there. You just in your zone. So that's how it is for me.
Okay, this question is not on on the paper. How did you get over the fear of falling?
Somebody told me a long time ago, and this is what helped me. They told me you gonna fall, like period. When you're learning, you are gonna fall. It's how you fall.
Okay.
That helps your escape. So what I learned was don't be afraid to fall, because there's this fear of embarrassment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you get over that and you learn, like, okay, the only thing that's really keeping me too nervous to do anything is the fear of falling. So if I just allow myself to fall, then I don't have to fear it anymore, and I can start letting loose with my body, and start learning new things. So that's what happened with me.
Okay.
Well, for me, at our skate rink, like when you fail, the DJ would always make this noise, and it would highlight, and you just like, oh, like, don't do that. But so because you're gonna fall, and because the skate world is always changing and different things are always coming out, I just learned how to fall cute. I made it look like I knew how to fall. I mean, if I knew I was gonna fall, I'd do something overly dramatic, and I'll just make it look like, and then I'll fall and probably turn around and jump up dancing or something like that. I'll make it look like I tried to fall or something. Like, I wouldn't go after Wayne. I couldn't go out like that no more because it wasn't cute. I got tired of that buzzing. So me and a few other people, we just learned how to fall cute. Fall into the splits, do a cartwheel or something, or jump back up and be like, hey, or something. I had to learn how to fall real cute and make it look like it was playing. And even if it was like, you only know that it wasn't playing because you get up and you feel how you feel. You be like, ouch, ouch. But
and the pain and for real. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Robbie. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say there's also a fear of the pain of falling. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hit the deck and it's unexpected, that joint will blow your back out. Like you lose everything. You forget who your family is, all of it. You know what I mean? Like knock all the wind out you. So what I learned was you fall forward and not backward. When you fall backwards, you don't really know what's happening. When you fall forward, you can brace yourself, do all that kind of stuff.
Let me go. Because I was talking about. So to answer the question, I wanted to get better more than I was afraid to fall. So to me, it was more embarrassing not being a roller than it was falling. So I was like, forget that, I'll figure it out. And as I started skating and started learning more moves, what he said is absolutely key. I learned that there's only one type of fall that'll kill you. If you're skating backwards and you unexpectedly fall backwards, that's really the only bad fall you can take.
Knock the wind out of you.
Everything else, though, like she said, you can figure it out and make it look some kind of good. At the first, if you fall forward, you can bounce back up quicker than most folks can.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that.
I learned that. It was like, man, I'm good. I'm straight. I can only remember a handful of falls, and all of those falls, I either was skating backwards and fell because it ain't no saving yourself from that.
Gotcha.
You catch feet, start doing this, and you look worse. Just go down. Just go down.
Trying to save yourself. You be like, whoa.
So those falls, and this one was just inevitable. I was trying to learn how to do some spinny, tricky stuff going fast or whatever. And my feet wasn't just on the same page in the direction they was going, and I was just spinning, and it was like,
okay, and you just got locked.
Yeah, I was just gone. Just
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Ground. But yeah, if you learn how to fall, and eventually learn how to do it cute for ladies and men. Just be as smooth as you can. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Okay. So here's my next question. When it comes to skates, does brand make a difference? And how expensive can a pair of skates run you?
I'll take that. I'll take it first because my first pair of skates, like as an adult, they were cheap, and I ran through them and I busted out the front of them like it was nothing. My second pair of skates, I still have them to today because I had them built. It was a boot. It was a St. Louis style boot. I got my skates built because we always came to St. Louis to skate. So I always I got that. I still have that skate, but this last skate that got built like maybe I guess 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, I paid like penny for it because I have a chameleon plate. It's like a chameleon camouflage plate on the bottom. So whatever color I'm beside, it reflects off of it. My wheels are bones. Then the bearings and everything, and then the boot by itself was $250. So my whole setup was close to $800. So you pay the quality of a good skate and to keep it so you don't continuously buy all the time.
Okay.
I mean, just like anybody that has a hobby, you gonna pay for what you want. So that boot, this last skate I got, I take real pride in it. And it's gonna be around here for a while because I paid good money for it. Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
You gotta pawn them things.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I see Tay, you pulled out your skate.
Yeah, my babies.
Let me see them.
Raise them up a little bit so we can see the wheels and stuff. So how much did you pay for those?
A little over $700.
See what I'm saying?
Yep, y'all gonna make me have to go.
And Robbie, did you get like
you gonna have to invest, Robbie? I don't know why you playing.
No. I'm saying you're gonna make me have to go grab.
That wasn't for your.
Go get. Go find it home.
Yeah, no. So I got. Listen. So when it kicked off, and anytime you get into something new and you don't really know who you talking to about it or you don't know where to go, you just get what you see.
Right.
Probably what's cheap. Which is what I did the very first time. I had these silver boots with these, I don't even know what the material of the wheel, we can call them rubber, but they were so, and when you're skating, there is nothing more embarrassing. Like falling is one thing, but when you skating as fast as you possibly can, and you still going slower than the kid, that's when you realize like something's wrong with my skates. It ain't me.
You were working to get your body. You were working so hard.
Listen, and then one day I sat with a dude, man. He pulled his skate over. He took one of his wheels and he flung it like that. His wheels was rolling for like the next 2 hours. Like they just never stopped rolling. They was just spinning.
Every real skater has had that happen to them. Another skater has set them down and showed them how they wheels supposed to move.
He asked me to do mine, and I flicked it, and however far my finger went, that's how far the wheel went before it stopped. I said, "Oh my God!" so yeah, I got some OGs, man. They some flashy boots with these big.
Hey, OGs, that's the player's boot in the game. You get a pair of OGs, you locked.
If it wasn't for my wife, I wouldn't have them. This was a team effort.
I know that's right. So my next question was going to talk about the customized skates, but we kind of hit that. So let's get into wheels because the wheels make a difference. You got your indoor wheels, you got your outdoor wheels. Sean, break down the wheels for me.
I have bones because when you on that outside lane and you trying to hit it, especially spinning or like how he was talking about how that wheel was rolling real slow. That ain't no wheel. You can try to do tricks on there. You might can learn how to turn at a slow speed or whatever. But like if you go to a skate jam trying to skate on that, you ran over every time. Like boom, or if you go to somebody else's skate rink or whatever, especially if they know how to skate, they're gonna run you out the way every time. So therefore, I personally like Bones. That's what after I got introduced to Bones, I haven't been with nothing else. You know, it's some bigger wheels that's thicker that are speed skates, but once you skate on a Bone, that test is you're just not gonna go back because it's so smooth and it's so easy.
Gotcha.
Now, I personally don't skate on that pair outside because I didn't want to miss I invested too much in that pair. Now my other pair, I skate outside of them, but not my Bones because I don't like.
And what y'all like skating on?
So I got Bones on right now. In the 8 to 10 years that I was skating actively, the only other brand I used was a brand called RC Medallion, and it's like a cheaper version of Bones. Pretty good solid skate, but like once you get to them Bones and the Bones bearings, which is another thing involved in that speed and how long they roll, to me there really is no going back, especially the St. Louis style, the way we skate. You know, we're a little slower. We think we're a little smoother, you know, and I'm sure we'll get into this later. But
that's my next question. But go ahead.
Okay, different people skate at different speeds, right? So I'm up here in Kansas City, and they're not like Chicago crazy, but they in that range.
Gotcha.
You know? So my wheels got a little bit of grip on the ground, so they hold me down while I'm doing my thing. They up in the air, shooting around, flying. So my wheels, they skating rinks, I feel like I'm stuck. Versus my wheels at Skate King, I feel like I'm gliding.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Bones all the way. I'll never go back to anything else, and they last forever. So
what you like skating on, Robbie?
Same thing, Bones. You know what I mean? Bones, and you got your ball bearings is what's, like you said. That's what's. Those are expensive too. Like everything about like whatever you would do with your car, if you're really trying to be fly, or whatever you do with your crib, like you got to do with skates. You know, it's one of them things what you got to invest in. And the thing about the wheels they come in different sizes too. Like there are quad wheels that are about this big, and they're just meant for like speed skating and all of this. But then you got shorter wheels that's meant for rhythm skating and dancing. You got some that's like right in between that are meant for speed and rhythm, and those are the ones that I have. So that's the size wheel I got on.
Gotcha. Now, before I go to my next question, because you kind of hit on my next question, but before I go to that, if you are a beginner, like you really don't skate, you don't do no tricks, you just trying to get it how you live, would you suggest a cheaper pair of skates, or would you just go ahead and invest? Because the way y'all talking, if I got something like, or somebody new got something like what you guys have, we're gonna be going way too fast and liable to hit the pavement. So what would you suggest for a beginner? What type of
beginner?
The boots don't matter. Like the actual boot, you can get some nice boots, and you can spray paint your name on there with your family's lineage, all that. You just want your wheels to be like rubber. You know what I mean? Like you want it to do the thing where you tap it and only go as far as your finger goes. Because when you can control it, because really when you're learning to skate, the only thing that you're really trying to figure out is your balance and your coordination. That's it. When you're just kicking off. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have people out there that's going crazy. And if you can't control yourself, you're going to be done mess one of them up, and then you're going to get shot, you know, or whatever, however they react to you.
So just kind of go to Amazon, people, and just grab you a pair of them $79, $49, $99 skates. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Just get if you get those cheap ones, like he said, in order to make you keep up in the skate line, you probably have to get a different bearing to go on those skates.
Okay.
So you can start. I would always suggest somebody to invest in something cheaper, because you're gonna tear them up until you appreciate the love for how we appreciate it. You're not gonna spend the money like we did to invest in the skate, because the boot after you learn how to skate, you know what you need to support your ankle, the right shoe, the boots, and everything. You're gonna get what, because you know we still gotta go to work. We can't be out here falling. We can't call in work. Oh, I can't come to work. I hurt myself skating. So you know we're gonna get what supports and take care of us. So I always suggest to go, like, because if you're not gonna take it serious and keep going with it, you can't look at it and be like, oh, I spent that money and wasted it. You just blew that little money and went on. Just go on to Academy of Sports or something, grab your little pair and do the bearings. And
don't do it. I'm gonna get me some from Amazon. So my next question is, depending on which state or coast you live in, can you describe to viewers the many different skate styles?
Woo, so I haven't been exposed to too many outside of, St. Louis. And if I were, I didn't realize, they were from somewhere else. But I was just talking to my wife a little earlier, man. We got something called Skills on Wheels, right?
Yep.
And anybody who's anybody is normally there, right? And this so normally if you want to see that different culture, you'll go there because they coming from all over.
Okay.
But in an everyday setting, there was this guy who was from Chicago, and he was I don't want to, flamboyant ain't the word I'm trying. It's not the right word. He was. I'm going to use the word spectacular for lack of better.
Okay.
He was spectacular with the way that he skated. Like, he was really fast, and he did things that would look like he's going to get in a train wreck. And then he would stop himself like out of nowhere and I found out that speed and that nutso cuckoo rolling was Chicago. You know what I mean? Like that's how they got down there. Okay. So I learned some stuff from him. I'm like, oh, okay. So ours is to me, ours is a little more smooth. We're a little more in the same spot a lot of times, and we kind of groove little by little. They mob. You know what I mean? They mob and they dance as they mobbing. So
because I saw they have some. Is that Chicago where they got the Gaga or whatever, where they skate to like James? Yeah, the JB.
JB, yeah, that's what they call it. JB skate. Yeah. He showed me how to JB a little bit. So and that's what they dance. So they dance to that James Brown music, and they
it was a little rough looking. It looked like they was gonna hurt each other.
Yeah.
So
well, for me, with the different styles, I learned the different styles early on because I always traveled. So Midwest, I feel like Arkansas adopted St. Louis style big time. Between St. Louis and Memphis, Arkansas is, I guess you can merge their style right there because we skate a lot with Memphis and St. Louis. And so St. Louis is more swing out and slow grooving, real smooth. Like, once you learn how to backwards skate and with anybody from St. Louis, you will never, ever, ever turn around and pay attention. They'll move out your way. You'll be that smooth, but when you won't see them until you swing or unless you spinning and turning around. Gotcha. That's the appreciation I got from St. Louis. Like, once I learned how to skate with people from St. Louis, I never ever turned around to see who was behind me. You just got out of my way when you saw me coming, Gotcha. And then like with Memphis, they ride the wall. They ride the outside lane, and they do a lot of two-stepping and stuff like that, and they do a lot of line dances and stuff like that. Chicago is crazy, like Robbie said. Like, they'll be doing cartwheels, flips. You'll be thinking you'll be thinking they literally gonna flip over a wall, and they'll just stop, boom, and then brings you to Detroit. Detroit has a different kind of style. It's almost like, if you can describe tap dancing on skates, tap dancing, and then you stopping and sliding and then coming to a complete halt. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's an amazing thing. Skills on Wheel that was one of my first skate parties I was introduced to, like, over 15 years ago. So it was always big to be there in April for Skills on Wheels, because we was gonna be there hands down. And then I think who else? California got a big California style. They skate in Stacey Adams, and their wheels are probably like this big, shaved all the way down. They skate. You hear them. You don't see them, but you hear them come. You can tell when Cali is in the building because they skate sound different on the floor. And when they come around and they come in the groove and stuff like that, you'll see them, and they got a different style. It's fast. But they got a different kind of unity. It's dope. Philly is fast backwards. I learned that style or whatever. You going super stupid dumb fast going backwards. You gotta really trust the person you linked up to trust it. Like if not, your knee gonna lock up on you and you gonna knock the whole train down. Cause Louisville, they taught me trio. That's why I learned the trios. The trio skating and everything like that. The trains and trios. When you link up, you spinning and turning and everything. Like, I don't know. And it's, I don't know.
What about Atlanta? What you think about Atlanta style of skate?
It's all right. I mean, I didn't mean it like that.
No, that's funny to me. Go ahead.
Atlanta. Tay, you talk. You talk, Tay.
I mean,
it's all right.
You just went all over map. I haven't skated in Atlanta. I apologize, Mimi.
No, it's fine.
I'll answer it from this side. And they can attest to this. Once you don't even have to be good or considered a roller where you're from. If you go somewhere else and skate, people know where you're from.
You're right.
Instantly. When I came to Kansas City, I got called out because of my skates, because I got on 1 day OGs and 2 day all white.
Okay.
So somebody was like, yeah, you from St. Louis, ain't you? I said, yeah. Only y'all boys could keep a pair of all white shoes clean.
You sure right.
The songs that I skated to, like when the floor is packed and when it's empty and in the middle, you know what I'm saying? I was always there on the slower music. And I've been to Oklahoma. I think it was in Indianapolis one time in college, or maybe outside of it, something like that. But yeah, when you don't, like I said, you don't even have to be spinning around, hitting your city's moves or nothing like that. People can literally spot it instantly. So
okay,
Ohio is another place that's good too, because Ohio, they be trucking in trio, and it's this style of trucking that Ohio do, and well, yeah, they do. It's like some old heads. Ohio and in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got some people out there that be skating too. And then Atlanta. I take from Atlanta is the international skate party that usually happens every Labor Day weekend. That's when you get to see so many different styles. It can be overwhelming because it's so much at one time, so many different skate parties, so many different skate events or whatever. So Atlanta offers you the internet. I don't think I've ever I don't really know what Atlanta style is, because every time I skate in Atlanta,
it's so many different people there.
It's too many. It's too many people there with too many different styles that you be like, okay, I know who. Like Tay said, you know where different people are from, how they skate and what they skate to, and what DJ and what party they choose to go to. That's how you like the DJs matter. The DJs and the music, they matter.
Because we're gonna talk about that too. So I was going to talk about which skate style best describes you, but I kind of got to feel that St. Louis skate style kind of describes all three of y'all. So we'll go to the fashion. I've noticed that skaters take their fashion serious.
Yeah.
I mean, because when I see Sean go skating, I'm like, I'm wearing that. She'll have on some shorts with the fishnets. You know, I rock that all the time. With the half shirts that's cut up. Or you have some fellas, the fashion. Y'all just describe the fashion to the people.
On a regular night, a regular session during the week, I just it's a workout. But when you go out of town and stuff like that, people gonna remember you. People know or whatever. So majority of the time, But depending on who I'm gonna skate with and who I know, my people coming and stuff like that, I have to be free. I ain't wearing that long sleeve. I gotta be free, because if I got a dip or if somebody gonna spin or throw me, if I'm gonna run into a wall, I gotta be free enough to do that. You know, so yeah, and then when you take pictures, because you know they gonna pop up on social media, you gotta be kind of. This is for the women. I ain't finna come short coming. And you better take the pictures before I sweat, because when I sweat, I ain't taking no pictures with you.
So when y'all go skating, what y'all rocking?
I'm, my dad. Excuse my language. I'm a label whore, so as skate fashion goes, I feel like it's more of a women thing than a men thing. Okay. A lot of guys, usually they just out there in sweats, or a pair of jeans, t-shirt. So for me, I already got big old white shoes. So I'm not really looking to make a fashion statement out there. Like I said, I think it's more of a gender thing. I've never known, unless guys were on a team, to wear a specific style or anything aside from being comfortable when skating like ladies do. You know what I'm saying? I could see a lady in the supermarket and it's like, I really hope you're a skater, because if you not, that outfit is just some different kind of things. You know what I'm
saying? I think it's more of the women that take the women in groups probably take the styles more. But like if you're not in a group, majority of the men in the skate world, you ain't getting no more than a matching tee from all them or an organization. That's all you gonna get. But like with women, they gonna come with their customized style and their personality and stuff like that, and they just add it to the twist of their skating and stuff like that.
Got you. Okay, so since the pandemic in St. Louis, I know Skate King is closed. Skate King is a skating rink that first started out. It was like in the early 70s or maybe 1970, and it was built to honor Dr. Martin Luther King. It was named something else, and they just changed it to Skate King. Skate King is closed due to the pandemic. But if you love skating, what are you doing now? Where are you skating? Do you skate outside? How do you keep your craft up? Now, I heard that the two of you ain't skated in a month of Sunday. So what about you, Sean? Are you still skating?
Well, for me, I see that a lot of skaters are back skating and they back in the rinks and stuff out here. They don't have enough answers for me. Like sweat jump on you, because skating is so interacting. Like especially if you are someone that's skating a group and you skate trio or you skate with your partner or whatever, couple skate or whatever, you interacting and you can't speak on where everybody been and so I'm with them too. She ain't been in a couple of months and Sundays. I ain't going.
To answer your question, I would say when I started learning how to skate, it was the basement for me. I kind of traded out my skates for the gym, but going into the basement, clearing some space, working on some spins, working on some footwork, you know what I'm saying? Just going down there jamming just to relax.
Gotcha. Or kitchen floor.
Whatever your home allows, and them outdoor wheels, they not expensive. If you really want to get your boogie on, hit that driveway. I know a lot of folks that go to the park, put their headphones on, or a lot of the Skate King community was going to a park with a DJ and they would go together.
I saw that.
Yeah. And so they just, if you want to skate that bad,
they call it the pandemic rollers or something. It was live. It was live.
Order you some outdoor wheels. Go find a flat surface somewhere and get your boogie on. You deserve that peace and that freedom if that's what it is for you. So.
But when you got a passion for anything, you'll figure it out. Because everybody back at home, they go down to the riverfront and skate and everything like that. I'm just personally not comfortable with going to interact and stuff like that because if it starts feeling good and getting to you, you'll forget and you gonna grab somebody and you gonna get in a group. You lose sight. Oh, we in a pandemic. We ain't supposed to be skating like that. So I don't even do myself like that. I'm like, if push comes to stuff, I can skate around in the kitchen. I can do like the kitchen floor or whatever floor that allows you to do. You can get your music and you can just sit there and groove or whatever. And you be like, oh, the next skate party, baby, I'm gonna do this move. I'm gonna do that. Get that. You done forgot all that.
That's why I'm going outside. Bikes, you can't find a bike since the pandemic.
Nope.
Walmart don't have them, Academy don't have them. And I said, you know what? I'm going to order me a pair of skates with some outdoor wheels. And I'm going to go to the park, like at the basketball court or something, and just kind of skate there. And I really kind of want to learn me some tricks so I can make y'all proud.
But that's Cali style. Cali style get down like that. They go down to the beach on the river walks and sidewalks. That's their thing. They're big on that. So, I mean, I get it.
Well, let's cover this because, me and Sean, we talk, and thank you guys for your pictures and thank you for the footage of you skating. Since the pandemic, there have been a lot of interesting shows that have come on Netflix, HBO, Stars, etc. Right? And while trolling on HBO, I saw this show called United Skates. It was really enlightening to me as far as how some skating rink owners treat us. The problems that we deal with, like if you come in with your custom made skates, they don't really want us skating there, or how they talked about, the owners, they'll put this day together called adult night, but it's really code word for Black people night. And they'll put up, we don't play R&B, you can't wear custom skates, just a number of things. So did you guys see United Skates, and tell me what you thought about the movie?
I peeped it. I didn't. I actually, I guess I was in the dark. I didn't even realize a lot of that kind of stuff was even happening. Like I did know, I know the whole rules thing. You know what I mean? Like there was a point in time where there was a point in what'd you say? Yeah, there was a point in time where we could go to Skate King, and okay, I'll give you this example, right? So on my skates, there are. If you ever seen like the skates in the actual skating rink, they got these big old stoppers that you can probably knock somebody over the head with, right?
Yeah.
So when you are rhythm skating, those stoppers can mess some stuff up, because you be done try to crazy leg and that stopper be done hit that wood, and then your life, just flash in front of you. So there are smaller stoppers that you can put on the front. They look like little screw nuts or whatever. So you put them in there. And before, when I would see people skate, I'm like, man, how they doing all that? I can't do that with these big old hammer stops on. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm like, what are they doing? So I would look at their skates. They wouldn't have no stoppers on them, like none. So I'm like, all right, I don't know how they stopping, but this is something I need to learn, apparently, because they able to do all this. So back then you could do it, but then over time I noticed that they started being real strict on having stoppers on your skates, and then there was a point where you can come in there with a hat on, and next thing you know, you couldn't wear hats anymore. You know what I mean? So you couldn't wear, the do-rags or the wave caps or nothing anymore. You know what I mean? So I did notice some changes, but I just kind of figure, all right, well, they trying to, I guess they want people to feel safe and secure. They don't want you in here looking like, Tukey Williams or somebody white skating. So that's what I've chopped it up to be.
Because I noticed what they said. They were like, they didn't, when it was like a Black night, they would have security, they would have armed police, but any other night, you just walk in, they ain't frisking nobody. And that's been since a long time ago that I learned that they never wanted us in their skating rink. What you think about the movie, Sean?
The Black culture is what brings the vibe and brings everything to the skate rink. And yes, out here, before Almeida skating rink got set, they sold it to a car lot. But and that owner, everything that you named and said, she was like, oh, you can't pass backwards. Oh, you can't. She was like, I'm talking about an old woman. And you trying to figure out, how do you even know these styles and you don't even skate? You just collect the money and smoke a cigarette. What are you talking about, lady? She'd be like, oh, you can't fast backwards tonight. Oh, you can't do this or whatever. So it was starting to kill the vibe of the skaters. And the skaters started looking around and just going to other rinks but that was like the best rink Houston had at the time. It was the best, the smoothest rink and everything. So it's like, you be like, am I gonna go and support it or whatever? I mean, the issues in life, they'll try to, because they feel like they went up and they feel like they taking something from us. But we are the one who made the skate. We created the skate community and the skate culture or whatever and everything, not taking anything from their culture or whatever.
Any other culture,
yeah. That's just who we are. And if you think about it, and I mean, you see some people, some others at the skate rink, skate parties and everything, but it's dominated by us. So at the end of the day, when you try to play with us and our emotions talking about what we can and can't do, we still gonna get out there and do it. We might go and do 2 or 3 laps and turn right around and be in fast backwards or turn right around. I remember, they try to take it from me, but it's only so far you can, it's rebels. It's rebels in the skate world.
So when it comes to like Black-owned skating rinks, why aren't there more of them?
I think it's the money.
Yeah.
If you ask me, like, it's because I learned that it costs a lot to keep those spots. And, taxes are key.
Floors up.
Yeah, and then you got and then you got the repairs and you got to do all of that stuff. So I really think it's the investment. And then even if people wanted to, I think given how the skating rinks have kind of died off over time, it probably is a scary thing to even attempt to give yourself into. You know what I'm saying?
Because you don't know what profit you're going to make off of it now versus what you used to make off of it.
They heard that they tripled in the rent now. They're making it so hard for you to lease it. And then they would rather, close it down and make it into like what you call a Home Depot or something. They want the big money coming through.
A lot of cities has lost a lot of rinks. A lot.
Yes.
And my wife made a good point. You spending like when we go to a skating rink, it's like $4.50. You know what I'm saying, per person. So you got to think, man. We talking hundreds of thousands of dollars that they may have to keep up with, and they only getting $4.50 a head. And if it's not a bunch of people coming, then they're really losing.
Well, it would be more people coming if they wouldn't make so many rules, so we wouldn't come. But that's
the catch.
It's not a hobby the way it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Skating used to be up there with bowling or going out. Like, we used to look forward to going skating on the weekend.
Yeah,
it's my skate night. You didn't miss your skate night.
It was in the mix of things to do for kids, and now it's the skate culture is down to the skate community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These kids don't want to go skating for fun anymore, and that's where it comes from. You go for fun so many times until you decide I actually want to be good at this.
Gotcha.
But it's like that original introduction. Less kids are getting introduced to skating. If there's not a roller in your family or near you, the chances of somebody just saying, "Hey, y'all want to go to the skating rink?" it's a lot lower now.
Somebody named Greg Hoopy Jones said, on a positive note, they're building a new rink in Dalewood. Not sure if it's inside or outside rink, but they have already broke ground. And then he said, I'm going to learn how to skate, play tennis, and tap dance.
He better do it.
But so if you could have your dream rink, right? Your dream rink, what would the name be and why?
Ooh. I think I would call it Freedom Skate. You know
okay.
Because really, if you think about a dream rink for a roller, this is a place where you can come dressed how you want to. You know what I mean? You can come, everything is tailored to you when you rolling. Like your skates, your apparel, you know, everything is an extension of who you are when you're rolling and how you skate. So if I'm in there and I'm just a groover, like I'm one of those people, I don't make a lot of sharp moves and all this. I just, my skates, I'm smooth, and I do all this kind of thing. And that's what I do. And I roll backwards and I can do that too. That may turn some kid on like, oh man, that's kind of sick what he doing. You know what I mean? And he looks sick while he doing it. You know what I mean? And even though we may not be trying to show off or whatever, we just in our own world doing us, it draws people in when they see freedom. You know what I mean? Freedom is that word that,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? It'll make or break you. So, it would be freedom skate for me. And then, you can be Caucasian and whatever, but you're gonna get some R&B. You know what I'm saying? Because this is we are rhythm skaters. That's what we do. We're not speed skaters. We're not, you know what I'm saying, rollerbladers. You can rollerblade and still rhythm skate, but our whole culture is about rhythm skating. It's to music. It's dancing when you're on the wheels and you just showing however you dance. So, when whoever comes in, you can be Asian, Hispanic, it don't matter. When you come in,
just as long as you're about the culture.
Yeah, it's about the dancing. It's about the culture.
So who next? What would your dream rink be and why?
I think mine would be it would be called Poetic Vibes, more so because I journal a lot. I write and everything like that, and more so like for me, skating is me leaving journaling and I'm writing to the music and to the beat of what's going on. So Poetic Vibes, you can write whatever song you want while you on the floor. You can leave whatever it is that's stressing you out. You can drop it. It can be your own vibe, your own genre, whichever way you want to go. It's just be your own poetic vibe. And some people come to the floor and leave with a happy vibe, and some people come to the floor and drop something off. They stressed out or whatever. It's just your poetic vibe. So that's what it'd be for me, a poetic vibe.
And what would yours be, Tay?
Probably, I mean, it would be along the lines of what she said. I think I would call it like escape or something like vacation roller rink, something like that. Because when I step into a skating rink, the only thing I want to do is like be in the different world. Whatever. I'm if it's fast night, I'll figure it out. If it's slow night, let's get it. Whatever. I don't really care. I have I love those nights where I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 30 minutes before close. I've been here for 5 minutes and I've been here for like 3 hours.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
What I'm really looking for is that feeling. And so that's where I would derive a name from.
Okay. I think if I would have a rink, I would call it finesse because it's something about watching y'all skate. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all have so much finesse when y'all do it. And I would like to have an outdoor rink that, when it's warmer seasons, people can come and just kind of look. Like, I don't know if y'all know about the Galleria here, but they have an ice skating rink inside. And people just kind of get on the balconies or they just kind of look and watch you ice skate. But I would have an outdoor rink. So in the summers and in the springs and when it's cool outside, that we could roller skate outside. But when it's winter, it would transition to an ice skating rink or where you have some kind of special solution and, just kind of come. Greg Jones said something about West Side Roller skate off of Champs. It's been 10 years running, and he will open up something that he could run any type of business in. Like, yeah, you talk about the fashion that's in the skate world and the skate culture. You could have skaters bring their fashion there. You know what I'm saying? Or just sell different types of skates. Yes.
Where you can do stuff there. That would be dope.
Yes. And something that we could kind of bring back to the community and teach kids, make kids excited about going skating like they are about going to Top Golf or they are about going bowling. You know what I mean? So first question. What's the oldest person you've ever seen skate?
Well, for me, I was the only girl in my group for a long time, and at the time when, especially when we was traveling to St. Louis all the time, at that time when I was 22, the oldest member that we had in the group was like 63. And we called him Speedy, and he was not a slow skater either. Everything he did, he rode so fast. Everything, he was a speed skater. But unfortunately, he passed away to cancer like a few years back. But the oldest person that I've skated with and I've seen at skate parties, I've seen people there in their late 70s and probably maybe even older. It just depends on where you are and who, and who's still being active and who's still brave enough to get out there. But it's a lot of older skaters that will still come and do their little thing. They probably won't get out when it's crazy dumb out there, but they still got there and roll and still can. And I think the lady was like, the last party, I think she was like close to 80, if I ain't mistaken, and was rolling, didn't look 80, looked amazing. Like, it's just all about how you work out and how you take care of your body.
Yeah, now skating is a good workout. Would you suggest that as a workout for somebody?
You know what? Hey, look, I'm
a workout.
I'm gonna tell you what I did one time, man, because I would notice that. And the thing about skating is you don't even know, you have no idea that you were working the things that you were working when you're skating.
Body.
Like you have no idea what you've done because you're kicking it so much. And you having a good time and you vibing. And at the end, you done sweated your shirt and pants and shoes out. You know what I'm saying? And one day I just decided, just cause I wanted to see, I put one of them heart rate monitors on. The thing that count the calories that you burn. The skating session was 4 hours. I was only there for 2.5 when I did it. Burned 2,000 calories. Just doing something that felt good. I had no idea I was even working like that.
I'm going to give me some skates. I'm ordering them joints today.
It's a full body workout.
It blew my mind. I was like, good Lord.
Look, somebody said, I ain't going to say his name, something that we already answered.
It's a full body workout that you don't even realize even when you moving, especially if you just moving your arms or whatever, you don't even realize you working your entire body out.
Come on, can I still look smooth when I fall? Your daddy and your brother said that. Can I still look? They said you have to learn to fall cute, bro. So
I said that, bros can just take the L, but the women ain't gonna do that. No.
Yeah, you gotta not look silly. Like all of that.
Yeah, don't try to keep yourself up. You know what I mean? Like if you go down, just go down smooth and safe. Like that's all it is to it. All that stuff Tay doing. Yeah, you're gonna flipping and flailing like a flamingo out there. You're gonna hurt yourself, and then you're gonna look bad.
Look, come on. Do guys with few muscles look good skating, or do they just look goofy?
The ones that don't have, honestly, a lot of the guys that don't even have no for real life physiques, those be the skaters that'll come out there and turn you out quick.
Yes. So, last question.
Who asked?
You know who asked that? Your crazy daddy. So, what does skating mean to you?
I'll start. So, originally, it was a way to connect with my uncle. You know what I'm saying? For several years, and a lot of me wanting to get better and working on it, was so that when I got with my Uncle Robbie, I could roll with him. You know, I'm also a pretty competitive guy, so it would make me mad when we skating together and somebody would stop asking him a question. They don't say nothing to me. I'm just not sitting back there mad as a mug, But so yeah, definitely relationships, man. Relationships is huge. I don't know very many rollers that don't have a person connected to the experience, whether that person is there with them or they put their skates down for whatever. Aside from that, like I answered in the last question, just when you are on that rink, you're in a completely different world. you are in a completely different world. So to me, it means peace.
That's good. That's real good. Who's next? That was good.
I'll take it too, man. So a couple things too, like going off what he said. Now, I've been skating, like I said, for well over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But like this beautiful lady that I'm with now, we just celebrated a 9-year anniversary. 3 days ago, I think. 3 or 4 days ago. Right, but that would not have happened had I hadn't gone to Skate King one day. You get what I'm saying? So being a roller and being at the skating rink is how I met my wife now. You know what I mean? So it's like those relationships that he said. You form those things, and then it gets into you, and then it becomes a part of it becomes a part of your life. It becomes important, and it becomes your thing. And if it's that love, then it becomes y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? And now this isn't just skating anymore. This is our thing. This is what we do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, like Tay said, man, it is peace. You can get in there and forget everything that's happening outside. You know what I mean? You come in there and all it is the music and your wheels, and you just getting it. And there's no other feeling than that, especially if you've taken the time to learn how to roll. Because we're not skaters. You know what I'm saying? We are rollers.
Rollers. All right.
You know what I mean? Like we own the floor. We do what we can, and it's an extension of who we are and how we feel when we out there. And you can see it and how we roll.
Come on, Sean. Tell me how does skating make you feel? What does skating mean to you?
Skating is a whole vibe for me. Always have been. It's a beat. I don't know if it's a tempo or it's an upbeat, a low beat, a slow beat, or whatever. It's a beat. It's a grind. I mean, and like they both said, I have built so many amazing lifelong relationships with so many different people on the coast, Midwest, South, down South, or whatever, and stuff like that. I share a passion that other people have, and I look forward to going to certain parties because I know I'm going to see certain people certain time of the year or whatever. Like, I don't have to plan to try to go because I know I'm going to see this friend there, that friend there, or whatever. So it's like an extended family for me.
That's what I was going to say. Would you describe it as a family vibe?
Yes, I have an extended family because even though we all don't live in the same places or whatever, we vibe and we all take care of each other. We all keep in contact and everything like that. So they're my extended family outside of my family. So skating it's a unit, it's a family, it's a vibe, it's all of that for me.
And you know what? For real, there's a pride. There's a certain pride in being a roller. Because it's like you can walk. If you're a roller, it's like they're saying real recognize real, right? If you're a roller, rollers recognize rollers. And when you go in there, man, you'll be surprised. There will be people who you're looking at and you're like, man, these cats is getting down. And then you'll come in the next session, you'll walk through that door, you hear that music, you all hyped because you're like, man, it's about to go down. You walk in and that dude that you looked at last week who you thought was dope comes up to you as you walk in and say, yo, you dope, dog. Like I'm you know what I'm saying? And then you just get the relationship. This thing has happened to where now every time you come in here, y'all give each other that look like, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Because we know that's what we do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a certain pride.
It's a vibe. It's a real vibe.
It was one thing in the movie that they said they were like, you in California in Compton, there were only 2 rinks. One was on the Blood side and one was on the Crip side. And then they closed the Blood side, and it was only 1 rink left. And they wanted to skate so bad that the Bloods and the Crips made a truce that nothing would go down as long as they were skating. Now, if you was outside hanging out, and who's to say what would happen? But in the rink, they were all on one accord. And I think that's what skating does. So no matter where you're from, no matter, what your style is when you get together, there's a common bond.
Have y'all seen John Wick?
Yeah.
John Wick, right? So in John Wick, everybody's these mercenaries. Everybody are these assassins, right? And they do business anywhere, wherever you are paid to do your business or you handling business, they do it anywhere except what's called the Continental. On continental grounds, you cannot conduct business, and everybody must be respectful on continental grounds. So there's people be ready to, they be fighting all the way up the stairs of the Continental, and they get in the building, they have to stop completely. And get a drink or something and calm down. You know what I mean?
And like, that's what skating
skating is. Yeah. So it's like the Continental.
Any other hobby is different from when you go to the club. It's different from bowling. It's different from hooping at the park. It's different from the gym. There is that type of unity is just in the air. It really is. Once when I say roller, I don't mean like the top dogs that's spinning on their head. I mean somebody that got their bearings about them. They invested a little bit in their skates. They can skate forward and backwards. They got the basics down pat. Like they ain't out. You know what I'm saying? Once you hit that kind of level, which is easier than most folks think is easier to get to than that.
Right.
Any and everybody, like he said, one, they're watching you to see what you got, and two, they have a grace for you. You know what I'm saying? I've never been in a skating rink where I felt like I couldn't walk up to somebody and ask them about a move.
Gotcha.
Where they got their skates. I've never, anywhere I've skated, felt like that. And anytime I went up and asked, I've never been rejected or treated harshly by anybody, man, woman, young, old. Doesn't matter. And I truly feel like it is just something, it's just part of the vibe of skating. And I've never seen that anywhere else. Any other.
Your dad said that's how he feels when he goes to the gym. That's that freedom he feels when he goes to the gym. And I can kind of relate to that. But then he says, I'm scared when I'm trying to learn the roller. That he said he's scared that the roller's going to laugh at him. So when y'all see people, and we're going to wrap it up with that. So when y'all see people that don't really know how to skate, do y'all be making fun of us?
No, we just want y'all to get out the way and stay in the inside and get out our way.
Or get lessons.
Yeah. And sometimes sometimes we'll want to help, you know what I mean? But it's like certain nights are just not good for learning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you got like here we had Sunday nights at Skate King. When it was Sunday nights,
that ain't the learning night.
Yeah, and they weren't, you didn't have to worry about being embarrassed. It's just nobody really had time to get with you and help you do your thing because everybody was off doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
And don't be jumping all over the place, like, and coming out as a new skater. Just respect the skaters, and this is their land, their floor, their everything. Don't come out there just being all over the place, putting us in jeopardy where we got to jump over you and do different acrobatics to move around you because you don't realize, you shouldn't be over here. And then you cause us to create friction because some skaters will push you out the way, or they'll tell you, get in the inside lane. Don't be out here or something. Like, just depends on where you at. You might get knocked up, or somebody might be nice to you, like, scoot over. Or the DJ like, new beginners, move to the inside lane.
We're gonna wrap it up. This boy talking about. So basically, y'all don't care about me. Well, look, y'all, this has been an amazing episode. I hope the viewers enjoyed it. I'm gonna put this thing on YouTube because I think skating is amazing, and I'm really gonna get into it. I wasn't lying when I said I'm gonna buy me some skates. They're gonna be like,
I'm coming to pick you up, Mimi.
Okay. And I'm give me some lessons. I just want, if you can just show me how to skate backwards. It looks like I do it good, don't I? Ow! Yeah. Yeah. But really, I don't know how to do that. I
learn forward first.
I got forward. I'm good with that. I know how to cross over when I'm turning the corners. You know how to make it look good. I know how to stop without stopping.
Backwards, you just got to be confident, and you got to be okay with falling until you're not falling.
Okay. So we gonna have a class. We're gonna go one day where it ain't a lot of people there. So thank y'all so much. This has been an amazing show. The views are gonna come up. I'm gonna show y'all how many views we had. But next week, if the Lord says the same, I'm gonna tell the Cooper girl story. And for those of you who don't know, me and my sister, and we found out we had a half sister, and I have a blessed sister. I don't call her my stepsister, I call her my blessed sister. And we're gonna tell our story on what actually brought us together, how we met, and how it went from this to this. It wasn't easy, but that's what next week is gonna be about. So tune in for that. And if y'all want the drink recipe, I'll put it in the comments. So y'all don't go nowhere. Remember to laugh, remember to love, remember to be the light, and always bear good fruit. This is hashtag I'm Just Saying.
You've been watching hashtag, what is it?
I'm Just Saying.
I'm Just Saying.